it's Monday, 17th of August. Pete Donaldson with you. Join me, Mr. Lucky Moore. Lucky Moore, I went to a show last week, and I forgot to tell you about it.
Please do.
It was the morning that we did the Rick Edwards Ramble record, and because I was out with Mark, my body shuts down every time I go out with Mark from WrestleMania.
You're in the right old state.
I was right on state, so I had to sleep in a hotel. I didn't do much sleeping, mainly puking.
It's somehow so depressing.
Top 10 of my problems. Drop them two. Is it what's a monkey? Is that 100 or is that
500.
50? 500. Near enough half a monkey on a hotel.
Do you know how I
room
know that?
to
Because
puke in.
in Alan Partridge, he offers a builder some money to fight someone for him, and he says, I'll pay you a monkey. How much is a monkey? And he goes, 500. He goes, how much is a mouse? Anyway, carry on. Yeah, you paid £200 to puke in a hostel. I know. Yeah.
I went to the Soho Theatre and watched Patty Harrison, of which I'm a fan of. She's the woman in I Think You Should Leave. She is the one where does somebody get the office a new photocopier or something? And
I recognise her.
And she's going on about that Christians have come early and stuff. And she gets upset. She's really good. She's really good on Twitter and stuff. And I've not seen her before. And I think she's done like her 5th show at the Soho Theatre. And the first one looked like a lot of fun. A lot of work had been put into this. This last one was absolutely atrocious.
Was it?
I don't go to enough comedy to sort of go to not feel really annoyed about it. So
why was it so bad?
It was patchy. Felt very work in progress. There wasn't enough content in there. I think I can't imagine how difficult it is to be a trans woman in Trump's America. But you got to do a show. You got to do a show. You can't just talk about that and use that as the main event. Yeah, like I'm across that as much as I can be as a straight white cis man. But I was a bit like, come on, it's like you've done 3 jokes, and one of the jokes was you'd photoshopped your head next in the crook of Benjamin Netanyahu's arm, and that provided a giggle. But it was, and also like the HDMI USB to HDMI thing was kept resetting, so the screen was flashing on and off, which added to the general kind of you've not really thought about this kind of vibe.
Was it advertised like a work in progress?
No, I don't think it was. I didn't buy the tickets. I need to pay. Should I pay Mark for that? Should I pay Mark for that? But
comedians do sometimes do that, don't they?
They do sometimes do that, yeah. And I think she's doing a run in not Glasgow, in Edinburgh. But I was just a bit like, I don't go to enough shows to waste my time with this, to be honest. But
you
seeing other people
count,
there, I want to make it count. I don't get enough time. I don't get enough, and I'd balance myself out so I didn't puke during the performance. So maybe I was just in a bad mood because I was on the verge of puking and pooping.
Yeah,
so well done.
It probably was part of it. That's probably part of the reason.
Bit, yeah.
But did you see that chat about what Dave Chappelle was like in one of his first UK shows for a while? The people were getting fucking pissed off about that.
I bet. Yeah. What, he just came over and just did a lot of stuff, or just did a lot of crowd work, or?
Well, no. Apparently, it was. So he came over and did. I can't remember how many nights, but he did something at the Hammersmith Apollo.
Yeah.
And it was a big fucking venue,
right?
And he's Dave Chappelle, right?
Yeah.
And he's been doing this for a while. Despite all his various controversies, and he apparently came out, did 45 minutes, and then a lot of it was apparently recycled from earlier shows, and then he stood up. He basically said, like, honestly admitted to the audience, yeah, I haven't really worked out an ending for this show yet, so do you mind just giving me a minute? And then apparently just fucking made something crap up on the hot, and just fucking walked off.
Yeah, but that's but I would say that, and that's not good enough either, is it? I suppose. And I imagine like Dave Chappelle tickets were like ungodly. Well,
apparently people paid £100. Yeah, £100.
Wild, absolutely wild.
Yeah. I mean, it must be nice to. It's back to the whole Bob Dylan thing again, isn't it?
And we spoke about on the last show, yeah.
Yeah, it's just back to the kind of. Yeah, I don't know. When I saw I saw Neil Young last summer, supported by Cat Stevens and Van Morrison.
Yeah.
And Cat Stevens was like genuinely pleased to be there. Played all of his great songs, fucking, was really like friendly. And Neil Young was obviously fantastic, also fantastic as well. Although he has had a reputation in the past of being cantankerous. Like Van Morrison just didn't bother fucking trying. He just stood up in front of under a big gazebo because it was so hot. Didn't play any of his big songs. Then when he did play Brown Eyed Girl, I think at the end, he did like a boogie woogie kind of jazz style and just fucked off.
Yeah, he's the worst. He's the absolute.
Yeah, so people just feel like they can just do whatever. Oh, by the way, speaking of the whole music thing, something I wanted to, something caught my eye the other day was that. So I don't know how you feel about this. Maybe this is a fucking busted flush. Maybe this is a Dave Chappelle ending of a conversational point. But it was interesting to me. Is that so? Would you say that when the Strokes came out in 2001,
right,
that was when the big skinny jeans thing started, right?
Yes, I would.
They were very well known for wearing skinny jeans, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You reminded me of this, talking about Johnny Burrell the other day. They were, it was like a big fashion thing, right?
Yeah.
No one wore skinny jeans before that, did they?
I mean, would you put it down to them? Because like they were a big deal kind of band, weren't they?
To me, it was like they were the big influencers in that area.
I would say so. Yes, I would say so. Yeah.
So if you think of the classic Strokes look, which permeated every part of society, if you're into that kind of thing, then it was Converse trainers, skinny jeans, a little leather jacket, and like maybe a striped t-shirt or something, right?
A little bit of hair, some fashion glasses.
Well, I saw a press photo, like literally yesterday, for the second Strokes record, which is Room on Fire, came out in 2003, pretty much under 2 years later, right? And in that press photo, 3 of the Strokes aren't even wearing skinny jeans. They're wearing baggy jeans.
They're wearing baggy jeans, are they?
Yes.
Bruno Guimaraes at his Arsenal unveiling.
Not quite. No,
not quite that.
Right, not Mo Salah at Trabzon's 4 baggy jeans. but certainly not jeans you would call skinny jeans. So by 2 years later, they've already moved on.
Right.
We were wearing skinny jeans to about 2015.
Oh, we were definitely little ballet pumps. Lovely old job. Yeah.
Yeah. So that shows you how quickly the proper guys move on, doesn't it?
Yeah, Well, yeah, I completely agree.
You still do wear skinny jeans, don't you?
No, I just own a load of clothes from back then, really. That I'm still pretending I can still fit into.
Yeah, I mean, I do wear quite tight trousers, but they're chinos and not jeans.
Oh,
well, I haven't actually worn trousers for about fucking 3 months.
No, exactly. I've just been wondering, like. Oh, I must apologise for neighbours. They've seen me in my pants so many times. I'm just walking around the garden in my pants.
They think you're doing it on purpose.
When was that ever acceptable?
They think you're doing it on purpose. I think it. To be honest, I think it should be acceptable.
I don't think it should be. I see no difference between pants and swimming pants. I don't know what, because I've got a paddling pool. I'm like, I'm just gonna put my I'm just gonna jump in with my pants.
What are swimming pants?
Well, like speedos or like shorts, swim shorts or whatever. Like, I'm just going to wear my boxers because it's my paddling pool. It's my garden. I know what goes in and goes out. I'm fairly certain my daughter's peeing in there. Like, I'm just going to enjoy it. I'm just going to enjoy the feeling of pant on leg.
My son pooed in the bath yesterday.
Oh, that's always like, can I rescue this? Never can rescue it.
No, get him out. Get him out.
Am I going to be fingering poo from the drill, the plug hole? Yeah.
It was like. Apologies for the too much information aspect of this, but it was like lots of little ones.
Yes, good stuff.
I was also in the bath at the time because we were having a bath together because I really needed one as well, and it's quite fun that having a bath with the boy.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It became.
I've never done it, but
fun.
I can never done it, but I'd just be worried that I'd poo in there.
In
the bath.
Oh, was it him?
Was it him? Yeah.
Who knows?
Sounds like an arms race to me.
He tried to spin it quite. I was quite proud of how much he tried to spin it because he said, "Daddy, I didn't do it in my pants." I was like, "No, you didn't because you weren't wearing any pants because you're in the bath." But, well done. It's just you get so immune to it though, right?
Yeah. Well, I imagine once you've done something like that, you are. Did you see that clip of that police officer who had confiscated a limited edition Ferrari in London for being untaxed and uninsured? He was untaxed and uninsured.
I bet he was delighted.
And he's just in his normal, clothes, and then he just drives off in a £3.7 million convertible Ferrari.
Bloody hell! Why would you have so much money for a car like that and not insure it or fucking?
I know, yeah. Maybe you just can't do it at that level. Maybe you've just been, maybe you just can't. I suppose. Yeah. They do say that footballers.
You've got to tax it.
Yeah, but you can tax it. But I mean, can you imagine? I don't know what the limits are with tax. I imagine that there is a limit to tax. But insuring it, I imagine those things are very hard to insure. You'd just be on third party, wouldn't you? It would
be a specialist insurance provider, and it would cost loads of money. But also, I wonder whether the really, really wealthy people not just have general insurance policies for everything that happens.
Oh, what if they're just maybe, or just a broker that just deals with everything.
But you legally have to, because you can get insurance on anything, right? If you've got to find a broker and he'll do it, you can get whatever you want. But surely, if you've got that much money, you will not. You have to have insurance to drive legally in the UK anyway, right?
Yeah. But you can kind of. I just don't know. I can't imagine how much your insurance premiums are if you're driving a £3.7 million vehicle. They do say with footballers and stuff, they're so young and they're footballers, so they're daft. It's really hard to get anything insured, anything decent, Range Rover and upwards insured, because you're a 22-year-old footballer. No one, or maybe they do just because, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. They've probably got enough money to sort of pay for the premiums, but I would not trust any, young person with a really expensive car like that. So especially because those cars are by their very nature really, really unpredictable. You've got to know. I think Jay Leno was sort of saying I can't drive off my cars because they're just so powerful, and you really need to know what you're doing.
Well, you know that kid Brandon Williams used to play for Man United. He got a lot of legal trouble.
Right.
And he's kind of disappeared off the scene a bit. He played, I think he was at Hull City last year. He had issues with driving offences.
Right.
And he, a year ago, he was sentenced to a suspended jail term for various stuff. He went on Ben Foster's podcast and said, and he, at the time, I think he was 21, maybe 22.
Okay.
And he said, he had a Mercedes G-Wagon. You know those G-Wagons? They're fucking great. I love them. Yeah. They're really cool.
Right.
They cost like $200,000. He said he paid £24,000 a year insurance on it.
Yeah.
And presumably that was before his offences. so God knows how he's paying now. But I suppose they will. They will take your business, right? Because it's good money for them.
Yeah, I guess so. But they're almost going to be crashed, aren't they? Or they're going to be. You're going to get.
Well, that's what that premium says to me, Peter. Yes.
Yes. That seems like
you are going to crash this. As a result, you will be paying us this amount.
So what was that? $24,000 a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, how are you gonna give them a new car that's like $200,000?
They're obviously saying that he's not going to write it off.
Right. Okay.
He might prang it or something, or
right.
Or and in many cases it might just be that he drives into someone else and their insurance needs to be covered, that kind of stuff. But you're right. Yeah. It's going to be. But there's a whole kind of cottage industry around footballers, isn't there? You can get these kind of assistants that will do stuff for you. You get player liaison officers. Like big football clubs have got big player liaison teams now. They'll basically do anything. I remember when I interviewed Matt Murray, the Wolves goalkeeper, when he said his first year of not being a footballer, he said he looked back on it. He's embarrassed. He didn't even have to book a doctor's appointment. He said he used to get the club to do it.
Yeah.
And he didn't know who to call. He didn't know what difference in the surgeries was. Didn't know he didn't know anything. So I think they do get looked after in that way.
Until they drop like a hot pie when they
their aftercare for footballers is always just disgraceful. It's so bad. And Peter, should we do a couple of emails while we're here?
Yeah, let's do some emails.
We haven't done any correspondence for a while. So the other day, Peter, you were talking about a scientific ruse you would come up with to try and separate people from their money. That sounds like the sort of thing you would do. That
sounds like a pyramid scheme I'd be up for talking about on the show.
And you said that what you would do is say that you could heat water to higher than 100 degrees.
Yes.
You saying that?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. And I think I said at the time, I'm sure people can, I think I even name checked superheated water because,
well, Fortis Leo on the Ramble Discord said, superheated water is a thing. You can have liquid water at 300 degrees if you do it in a pressure cooker, because the atmospheric difference means that you can keep on doing it. And am I right in saying that if you're at altitude, the boiling point's different anyway, right?
I don't know, and no, but because if you're at altitude, would it be Would it be different? Well,
I'm looking at it now, right? So apparently the boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius, but that's at sea level.
Right, okay.
If you're at 10,000 feet, it's only 90 degrees.
So I'm probably compared to you, my boiling point is probably slightly different because I'm near a sea level.
So if we were boiling a pan of water on each of us heads, mine would need slightly lower temperature to boil.
Have you seen those little sort of tiny pressure cookers that you rotate over a lamp, like a small sort of cooking lamp? You see them all the time on YouTube. I don't know what they were used for, but I think you mainly see people cook two things in them: either one single chicken leg or a popcorn. So they stick popcorn in this tiny little
What's the point?
It's a tiny pressure cooker about the size of like your palm, and I guess you cook them and cook them and cook them, and because they're under pressure, it has no place for the popcorn to explode to. So you just cook them, and then when you flip open the lid, it has all the room to sort of bash out a load of popcorn, and it goes like that, and it's all spectacular. I don't know why they've been created. I presume they've been created just for popcorn, because I can see no reason why. The only other thing I've seen people sort of do is just jam like a chicken leg in there and cook it that way. But it
doesn't seem very efficient.
It doesn't seem very efficient, no. But I guess if you're cooking it over a candle,
is a pressure cooker used then, for example, like in a professional kitchen, if you want to slow cook some pork or something, but you haven't got the time? If you do it in a pressure cooker, you can do it quicker, right?
Yeah, you cook it quicker. Yeah. Because I like it. Because I could probably that would probably because it's basically the like a Victorian air fryer, isn't it?
I guess
it's like yeah.
What about this email here from Danny on whale removal? So do you remember when I said to you guys, I've said it a few times now, a while back, that there was a whale washed up at Leon Solent Beach and it was amazing?
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Danny's been in touch saying, hi guys, been meaning to writing about this for a while. Luke has mentioned on the pod several times that one of the biggest things ever to happen on this hometown of Gosport was when a whale washed up and had to be removed. He said, I'm from neighbouring Portchester, and one of my best friend's dads owns a demolition company called Wessex Demolition, which was actually the company brought in to remove the whale carcass from the beach. What about that?
Oh, love that.
Yeah,
he said that.
He said, I asked my friend about the process as their usual contracts involved demolishing buildings, so this was a little out of the blue for them. But after a tugboat brought the carcass onto the shore, it was Wessex's job to separate the body into pieces small enough to fit into waste lorries and then lift them using diggers. Now, I don't remember a tugboat dragging it in. I remember hearing it got hit by a boat and then it kind of washed up. But then, admittedly, by the time I got to the beach to see it, it was already on the beach, so I couldn't confirm that.
Right.
He said the problem came when they first used the digger bucket to break the whale into smaller pieces. The smell released when the digger first pierced the whale's stomach was the worst thing any of them had ever experienced, and unlike anything they'd ever smelt before, it was so bad that the first digger driver threw up inside his cab. And then the wind changed and everyone on the beach started gagging. I don't remember that. I was fucking there and I don't remember the smell. So maybe I got lucky on that. He said his mate's dad had to get into the digger himself as the original driver couldn't continue. They managed to get loaded up on the trucks and it was taken away and disposed of by another company. All in all, says Danny, they massively regretted accepting the contract as the stench of the whale stayed on the machinery for weeks afterwards.
I bet.
And he's included a few pictures, which is great. Yeah, really good.
Big old boys, aren't they?
I think it was a mink whale, I think.
Right. You'd think, I always sort of think, if we can sort of take well, surely if we can take I mean, where did it go? Did it just got the tip?
Not sure. Is there a way you have to kind of dispose of it? Presumably you have. I mean, if it's Lambeth Council, they'd be all over you. They'd be telling you all sorts of different stuff you had to do.
If Nicky Butt turns up to the tip with a massive mink whale.
Oh, apparently, so Peter, apparently it was a fin whale, not a minke whale, but it was 80 feet long and it weighed 45 tons.
Jiminy cricket. I just always think that if we can, could you not just lay it on one of those? You know, you see those kind of aerial photographs of companies taking those, the wind turbine, what would you call them? Blades down the street. And they're like, and they're tethered at the bottom and they just sort of wangle their way around really tight sort of bends and stuff. But they're absolutely massive, probably the size of this. Could you not just lay one on one of them? I just think we've got the technology nowadays. We don't need to cut it up anymore. Just take it all in one.
But you've got to dispose of it somehow. You have to.
No, I know. But surely it's the sea's problem. Could you not just tug it out to the back out to sea?
I don't know why they couldn't just leave it. Put it back in the sea and let it sink.
They die all the time, don't they?
Like Tony, Paulie, and Silvio do to Big Pussy and Sopranos. Just wrap some chains around it.
Yeah,
push it off the back of the boat.
Take him in, take him into the bow of the boat. Take it into the bottom of the boat and just shoot him in the head.
A good feeding follow-up, a good feeding kind of opportunity for many other species, presumably as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be getting rid of. If someone said to me, "You need to get rid of this whale," and you quoted like £1 million for it, and you got the job. I mean, how are you even doing it?
Well, I would say that I just don't think that a demolition company surely they've never had to work with flesh before. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Surely, like a surgeon or I don't know, who would chop things big? Like a vet would be your best. A vet would at least be on hand to kind of direct the best part of the best places to kind of cut and stuff like that. I don't think it should be down to a demolition company.
I've got big question marks over vets. Because I just think there's so many animals, So is it like, if you're a doctor, you specialise in a certain area. So you get some people who are like bowel specialists or neurosurgeons or paediatrics or whatever. Do you reckon you get certain vets who specialise in certain animals?
Yeah, but your major food groups are dogs and cats, aren't they? Rabbits.
That's what I'm saying. So what are they going to know about a whale?
No, well,
if I walk into a common or garden high street vet with a duck-bill platypus, are they going to know what to do with it? I don't think they are.
I think they'd sort of know, in the same way that like they probably know that a tortoise's mouth is full of salmonella, just the same way that a salamander's mouth is full of salmonella. Yeah, but it's just kind of like, I just sort of think with stuff like that, there are, most things work for everything. That's why people can buy veterinarian drugs to treat themselves.
You're like criminals.
When they're having a bad time.
Go and get some surgery. They get a bullet removed by a vet, so they don't raise any suspicions by a corrupt vet. But I don't think I just have my doubt. I think they're reaching for the reference book straight away.
Yeah.
If you're saying to them, I think my duck-bill platypus has got a stomachache.
Yeah. So, well, there'll be specialist vets, but then there'll be ones that... But maybe some of the vets, because, will specialise in certain things at university and stuff. Maybe
like farm animals or something.
How long does it take to become, a vet guy? It must be quicker than human, surely.
I think it's longer.
Really? More variation?
Shall I Google it?
But you'd want more money, wouldn't you? You'd want more money, wouldn't you?
I think they're pretty well paid, aren't they?
Well, I don't know. Not as well as doctors, though, will they? I mean, I don't know. I guess it's kind of like it's public. It's not public, is it? It's
according to the National Careers Service, it takes 6 years of full-time university study to qualify as a vet.
Right. Okay. That seems like a lot.
It's about the same, then, right? It's about the same as a doctor. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you probably get farm specialist vets, right? Your cows, your sheep, your horses, your pigs.
Yeah.
And then you're going to get your common or garden cats or dogs.
And then you'll get the blokes who just maintain, because they're such big animals, they're the maintainers. The people who are shearing off, getting nails out of hooves and stuff like that.
Do you reckon also the people who specialise in, say, primates, they're basically similar to doctors because primates are so similar? They must be.
So. The drugs must be the same. The techniques are the same. Everything's in the right place. Everything's in the same place.
The gorilla is just stronger than the man. That's all it is. Everything else is the same. Hairier. Yeah.
I'm always surprised at how when zoos and stuff, even their tiniest little animals, they've got to gas them to get them to sleep. Even if just to sort of do just to do health checks on them. You have to sort of sedate them and then just check them out. Which I think could you not just sort of do just grab hold of them, one of them, and just look at their plumage or something. Just check
Isn't
they're
it
all
like
right.
the most exciting one is when you see that there's talk that this particular rhino in this reserve has got a problem, so they chase it with a helicopter and fire a tranquilizer dart at it.
Yeah,
and wait for it to fall over.
Yeah,
and they get in there quick, check it out, and then they get away before it wakes up again. What must the rhino think's happening?
Yeah, exactly.
It's being chased by a helicopter, and then it's had a little sleep, and it's woken up and it feels the same. What's going on? Anyway,
oh dear.
I've got one more email here from James. He says, "Dear Luke and Pete, thanks for reading out my Instagram message about the Bayeux Tapestry replica in the Reading Museum. I don't blame Luke at all for slating my hometown. I haven't lived in Reading since finishing school over 20 years ago, though I think I probably was in the home end for the Jason Roberts-inspired Pompey defeat." That's the game I referenced. "Great season for Reading in 2012, but it's been downhill ever since. The real reason I'm emailing again is that the influencer who filmed that Not Like Reading quote is actually my step-nephew."
What?
Yeah.
Who? The guy who interviewed him?
No.
Right.
Oh,
no.
sorry, the influencer who filmed it is my step-nephew, not the actual guy.
No,
oh, that's not as good.
No, not as good. But
it pains me slightly to note that the most viral insult against my hometown was published by a relative, but it's a cracking clip. Say hi to Rob if you read this out. Loving the show as always. So I'd love to meet the guy who did it.
Yeah, I would too.
You told me I can't do an impression of him because it's racist, though.
You can say the words. I just think doing the rolling the D's and rolling the R's.
Is in the delivery, though.
It is in the delivery. I completely agree, and it's a real shame. It's a real shame.
It's honestly one of the most surprisingly pleasing clips.
It's banter delivered. It delivered so.
I don't know if he means it as banter though.
Yeah, of course he does.
I think he might just be like, I've been to. Where is he? Bracknell, or something.
Somewhere near Reading, I guess. Yeah.
I don't know if he actually means it to be. Maybe he does. All I get served up these days is on my social feed is. Admittedly, I watch them and I enjoy them. Clips of men fighting in pubs.
Nice. Don't mind it. Absolutely don't mind it. We'll be back for more Luke and Pete Show fun, if that's all right with you, on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday the 20th. I think we've got a battery we promised.
Oh yeah, we'll do a battery for sure.
We'll do a battery as well. We'll be back then. Look after yourselves. Ta-ta.
See you later.